A recent report from the New York Times is raising alarms about the declining rate of students reading entire books, full books, in and out of the classroom. According to researchers and thousands of replies to an informal reader survey by the Times, many teenagers are often assigned just 1 or 2 books per year in school. And in the age of social media and constant screen time, our next guest argues reading books cover to cover is crucial for the next generation of great thinkers. Joining us now is the founder of Harlem Village Academies and author of the new Substack newsletter, The Well-Educated Child, Dr. Deborah Kenny. And I would think, Dr. Deborah Kenny, that in this age of everybody's just watching highlights or morsels or shorts, that the mind doesn't, for a growing child, you want to teach the mind to be able to stick with a topic for more than 10 minutes.
Right. So, in the last year and 2 years, I've actually been doing a lot of soul searching. I'm very concerned about the future of society, about the kind of world we're going to leave to our children and grandchildren. When you see, for example, on college campuses, that instead of arguments about ideas, kids are basically yelling at one another, shunning one another. You have to look underneath that and say, why is that happening? What's going on? Why aren't they arguing about ideas? And
the shunning is dangerous. I mean, just going like that and saying, no,
right,
I won't even deal with it.
And it's not because they have deeply held beliefs grounded in knowledge. And so when you look underneath what is going on right now, it's this problem that kids are not reading full books. I was very, very concerned when I read that article in the Times. And I thought, everyone needs to be talking about this. If kids do not read full books, and I mean a large quantity of high-quality books every single year, from a young age, but especially once they're in 7th, 8th grade and into high school, then they're not going to have opinions when they get to college. They're just going to be yelling at one another.
That are based on anything deep.
Let me ask you a little bit about Mississippi is doing it, Louisiana. New ways of teaching reading, and the scores are going way up.
Louisiana, right. Well, there's a difference between teaching kids how to read. That's one thing, and I understand the science of reading they're doing well in those states. What I'm talking about is once they know how to read, what are they doing in school? And the thing that policymakers need to understand is the outsized impact of the design of a test on the curriculum of a school. If a test is designed with short passages and multiple choice questions, and that's what everyone is accountable for, they will teach to that. So what policymakers really need to understand and take a closer look at is what's the nature of the test itself, because it will drive the quality of curriculum, instruction, assessment, and ultimately the entire educational experience of the child.
So Dr. Kenny,
wow,
what is lost?
Good.
What is lost when someone doesn't learn and relish reading an entire book?
Well, the great ideas of the world, the greatest authors and thinkers, what is known as the great conversation, which is from generation to generation, passing down the discussions about justice and truth and beauty and meaning and history. That conversation can only happen if you have, over the course of your life, through middle school, high school, and then college, an exposure and a deep engagement with the great books of the world.
So my question actually focuses on this. I have a kid who goes to St. John's College, which is a great book school.
Yes, it is.
And he is a senior there, and I have noticed he's quite a smart kid, but his brain has completely changed from reading these books. He is just a completely different person. Can you talk about what the sort of evidence is for that reading these great books can make you a different kind of thinker?
Well, first of all, I'm glad that you bring up the mother-child relationship, because what parents need to understand is that there are simply, and I'm saying this to you as someone who's worked in schools for 20 years, there are not enough hours in the school day for a child, for a young adult to read as much as they need to read to become well educated. Parents need to understand that you must supplement with reading in the home. It is the only way, and I'm saying even from 5th grade, you know, let's say 6 books will be assigned per year, if you're lucky. This article in the Times talked about teachers who said they're secret revolutionaries because they are assigning a whole book. And what we need to know is if teachers need to assign books in secret, then our system is deeply flawed.
Yeah, and you do have children reading whole books at Harlem Village Academy, starting very, very young, which is important.
Yes, and this needs to happen. I mean, the reason that I started this Substack, The Well-Educated Child, named after my book that's coming out next year, is because I thought we need to do something to build a community of people who care about these ideas.
Right. Deborah Kenny, Dr. Deborah Kenny, thank you so much. Her first piece for the Well-Educated Child Substack is available to read online right now, and her forthcoming book with the same title is out in April, and I am sure you will be back to talk about that even before it's out. It's such an important topic.